All right, welcome back to art class. Today we're going to wrap up our Corey Barksdale turkeys, and really what we're gonna do is it's really just coloring, but coloring in a kind of a specific way. What you're gonna want is maybe an eraser. You're definitely gonna want your crayons, and that's probably about it. The eraser is really just for little touch-up areas, like just to make sure that you got the pencil lines pretty well erased where they need to be. And once you're done with that, then the eraser can just go off to the side. Crayons. I want to start back with the black. We're going to go in, find my black here. There it is. And we're going to make some parts of the lines a little bit thicker, and the other ones will just stay a skinny little line. So, an example, like on the wing, is I'm just going to go in and kind of make the front of each of these wings a little bit thicker, almost like a little bit of a shadow. So that thicker here, thin here, and you can see that I kind of what we call taper it off, so it gets slowly skinnier until it matches that. I'm also going to do that to the front side of the bird here. I think I'm going to do that to the back side as well. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. Notice my lines are always following what was already there. It just makes the line, having a variety in the line thickness slightly changing, makes it a little bit more interesting. I think I'm going to do the same thing back here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. I think maybe the underside beak I'll make a little bit thicker. There. Let's see. So I like that. I'm going to add, make I'm going to do this to each feather. I'm going to make each one side thicker on each one. I think that'll add a nice look to it. Now we're using the black outlining because that's what Corey Barksdale, his pictures all have, is a kind of a black outline to all of his images there. Next, one other thing I do recommend you do with your iPad when you get to the coloring is every once in a while you may want to have the website open that we had last week for Corey Barksdale, so you can kind of look at his artwork and see how he's doing things. Unfortunately, he doesn't have like a video of how he actually produces his art, but he does have the final pieces at least. And he's going to be using very bright, vibrant colors. So you're going to have to color maybe lightly at first to kind of figure out where you want the color, but then you're gonna have to go back over it and color it pretty dark because his colors are very intense, and that's important to kind of mimic his picture. The other thing that we need to be aware of, let me grab an orange here, is that most of the marks in his picture kind of follow the shape of wherever he's going. So it's not like I just plop a orange circle right here and plop a red circle or shape here. Most of his coloring or the flow of the shape follows it here. So if I wanted to color some orange, it needs to follow the curve of the circle or the curves that are here for the wing. If I wanted to do a shape in the feathers, it's going to have to curve and follow the basic shape of where the feather is going. So it should, whatever I use should be at least long and skinny in the feathers. And here, the body, because it's rounded, it should be slightly curved to follow more of the shape of the turkey. So, and what I'm gonna do is I am gonna use some of the basic colors. So I will be having some brown in here because it is a turkey, but I am gonna make sure that we have some bright colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my orange here. In my own. It's gonna follow here. And there's no perfect place to put these. So I am gonna be pretty lenient when I look at them. The idea is just to make sure your lines and your shapes that you're adding in kind of make sense. Like here. I'm not coloring in the whole beak because I'm going to use another color there, but I am going to give at least the kind of a shape there. Let's see, where else do I want this? There we go. See, like right here, I just added a little bit of different shape to it. Let's think of some red here because I want to deal with this thing. I'm only going to have red on the outer edge here. There we go. Add like that. It's a sweeping look here. Clean this up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of a red. There. Again, first you kind of figure out where you want it. And you got to color it in neatly and pretty dark. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna go purple. That's pretty close. Where's my actual violet? I'm gonna have a little bit more flowing line there. There we go. I'm gonna have a kind of a reflection of this right here. Again, you're kind of making these decisions as you're going. I'm just trying to do what I think will look good next to it. Again, going in, make sure I color dark. Let's see. I think I need some yellow. Definitely gonna put a yellow in the beak. Put a little yellow coming through here. Have a little flowing line right there. See how it kind of flows with the shape. Now I'm going to add my brown. Okay, so here's the body pretty much done. And notice there was a lot of brown, and that's okay. We're just trying to add a little bit of color to it. And again, I'm keeping with the brighter, more intense colors with this, just because it makes it stand out a bit more. So, you know, like blue purple, you know, unless it's a really intense blue purple, you probably want to stay kind of away from that. All right, so next we're going to do the feathers. The feathers, you got to think back to the different kinds of lines that we've done. So let's see, is there a color that I haven't used that would work really well for this? Probably green. Ooh, I got one. I have this, they call it scarlet. It's just kind of a red-orange color. It's kind of got a flame color. Let's see. I'm going to go to something that's kind of similar to this. See, it's long, skinny, like that. It almost looks like a guitar. That's totally by accident. But maybe it looks like a flame. Fill that in. Again, making sure it's kind of dark and solid. Let's see, what else could I, let's do a, this will work. Make that really stand out. So this is a blue violet that I'm using, and it stands out really good next to this red-orange color. Yellow. This one, I use just a simple zigzag. It's a kind of curvy, flowy line right down there. Make sure your edges are nice and clean. So as you can see me going back in and touching up some of my edges to make sure they're clean and they're nice and dark. So they have clear edges. Once you're done, if you'd like to give it a little bit of a background color, you can. I recommend if you do that, do it really lightly so it's a big contrast. Like this is really bold and dark, and then this is really done very, very lightly in the background. If you wish to leave it just like this, that is okay as well. Once you're done, and what I need you to do is coloring's all completed, you've done your nice lining and going back and get white spacing, snap a photo of it, upload it to Google Classroom just like we normally do, and I will see you next week.